Hi, welcome along to Arsenal Fan TV, and this is the aftermath. I'm still raging. I'm still raging about the game at the weekend. It was appalling. Let me break it down into three parts. First of all, let's talk about Gabriel. Why did he react? You've got to keep a cool head in these situations. He knew that he was being wound up. And for 2 games in a row, in my opinion, we've lost games because of lack of discipline. Basically, we lost Zagreb that game because of a lack of discipline by Olivier Giroud getting sent off. And again, on Saturday, we lost that game because of a lack of discipline. Gabriel, keep your head. You know what Costa, I was going to say another word, but you know what Costa is like. Keep your head. He didn't. And, it's cost us. But now let me move to number 2, Diego Costa. This guy to me, he's just an animal on the field, and not in a good way. What is it, does he come to play football, or is that what he does week in, week out? Because you know what, I've watched some videos on the Chelsea channel, and even their fans, before the game at the weekend, they've been going on about him all season, saying that all he seems to do in a game is run around looking for a fight. Is that what his game is? Is that what Mourinho's instilling in him? Go out there and try and kick people, pinch them, wind them up. Is that all this guy is trying to do in football? Because I don't like to watch that. That's not what I want to see. And you know what? I hear people sometimes saying, well, we love a bit of that. We love a bit of this. But when Gabriel done it, he gets sent off. When Costa does it, nothing. And that leads me to number 3. Mike Dean, you are the referee of the game, right? We see Costa hold Koscielny by his face like that. All right, that's probably a yellow. But then he swings out and lashes him in the face. That is a straight red. The other time, he gets up off the floor and he bumps Koscielny in his chest, knocking him down. That's a red as well. Nothing happens. The guy's allowed to stay on the pitch. And let's have it right. If he would have been sent off like he should have, like what should have happened, then we would not have had Gabriel being sent off. It would have been the other way around. We would have had 11 men. They would have had 10 men. We could have had a completely different game. The referee on Saturday ruined a game of football, basically. He ruined it with total incompetence. Mike Dean is an incompetent referee. This is not the first time he's done it when refereeing Arsenal games. I can only speak for Arsenal because that's my team. But he has refereed games before where he has been incompetent. And yet again, he's been incompetent again. Garth Crooks, ex-Spurs player, said it when he was talking after the game. In his interview, he said, Mike Dean's trying to make the game all about him. And again, to me, that's exactly what I saw. I think the sending off was probably down to his linesman. But why, oh why, did Mike Dean not send off Costa for at least the slap into the face? Any contact in the face in football, that's a red. And you know what? I heard some Arsenal fans saying, Gabriel's stupid, which again, I understand that because you've got to keep a cool head. But I was watching back a Vine that somebody sent with Martin Keown and those guys getting in around Van Nistelrooy that time at Manchester United. All of those guys would have been sent off. We want to see players being hardcore, but according to Mike Dean and his guys, all of those guys would have been sent off unless your name's Diego Costa. It was an absolute disgrace, that game. And for Mourinho to turn around after the game and say that he thought Diego Costa was man of the match, that just shows me the class of the man. It just shows me that he sends his players out to do that. He's a classless manager, and Diego Costa is a classless player. The same player that turned down Brazil to go and play for Spain. there's just so much I could say about this guy right now. But for me, I don't always like off the pitch, but on the pitch, he's a totally classless player. And that decision by the referee cost us the game. It completely cost Arsenal the game, because if the referee had have been as up with the rules then as he was with Gabriel, it would have been a different situation. Costa would have been sent off and they would have been down to 10 men. And remember how nervous Chelsea have been before. It would have been a total role reversal. So anybody who says that, yeah, that didn't make much of a difference to the game, of course it did. It was 0-0. We were approaching half time. No team was really on top. No team had really played well. It changed the game completely. Completely. So let's just have it right. Other thing I've got to say is it's another defeat. Set piece defending. What is wrong with Arsenal? All right, we're a man down. And remember, again, that's where it has significance on the game, because that man down is a defender in Gabriel who's been defending well, right? So I've got to take into account that he's missing, but still, why do we always get done by set pieces? It annoys the hell out of me. Why do we get so many set pieces and do nothing from them, and other teams get one or two and do something from them against us? We need to fix it up. Why? It's just really, honestly, it's so frustrating. And the game was on Saturday, today's Monday, and I'm still mad about it. Something's got to be done about our set piece defending. I mean, to concede that goal was absolutely terrible. And once you're, 1-0 down, 10 men away at Stamford Bridge, you're up against it. You're really, really not going to win the game. Listen, before I keep ranting on, let me get into to some of your tweets. Gosh. Where's My Arsenal says, shameful, spineless, no leaders. Where are all the players standing up for Gabriel? We're too soft and everyone knows it. Well, hold on a minute. As I said, if we would have had loads of players standing up, like what we did that time at Old Trafford, maybe we'd have had about 6 players left, the way Mike Dean and his guys were carrying on. So I don't even know if that is right. Maybe they were right not to get involved. Sammy N. Busa says, a team reflects the manager. Chelsea's manager is a prick. Killer says, Gabriel played into Costa's hands, but Costa should not have been on the pitch when Gabriel kicked out. Dean is a bean, he says. Hashtag Dean is a bean. That's exactly my point. The man should not have been on the pitch, should have been off. Then we wouldn't be even talking about Gabriel. Everybody would just be talking about Costa and his disgraceful football. That's all they'd be talking about. Hugo, assisting Ozil, says, was a very even game until the unfortunate red card of Gabriel. Dean and his officials got it horribly wrong on Costa. North Armory says, the officials let us down, but we were not clinical enough regardless. Schoolboy errors. There was a chance for Ramsey. I don't know why he's trying to cut it back. He should have just shot. But Arsenal Future says, I thought that Mike Dean just wanted us to lose, and probably will get a nice check from Chelsea's sugar daddy. Pavan says, Gabriel will be the new cult hero at Arsenal. He stood up against Costa when no one was there. They were poor and we gave them the win. And that's true. That's the other thing that frustrates me. It's not even a great Chelsea team now. That game was there for the taking. At the Dream says, Gabriel is a warrior. He didn't hide from his opponent. I like that about him. But the referee says, I'm not even going to repeat what he says. Listen, he is a warrior. I love Gabriel, but he's now out for 3 games. You know what I mean? Because of the ref not sending off Costa. How many times am I going to say it? K. Prince says, although the referee was bad, there was a golden opportunity to beat them and we blew it. We gave away cheap goals. Click says, forget about the red cards. Chelsea were comfortable. Our big players are not affecting games. Sanchez, Ozil were disappointing. Well, listen, nobody was comfortable. Chelsea were not. We were comfortable, Chelsea were comfortable. It was 0-0. Nobody was dominating that game at 0-0. Nobody. They had a bit more of it, but they're the home team. So you can expect them to have a bit more of it. But I didn't see no last minute scrambling off the line, check pulling of wonder saves. It was a very, very even game. Going into half time, referee changed the game. Down to 10 men. It's going to be very difficult for your players to affect the game because they're doing so much running around, just trying to stay in the game. Sari says, we always rave on about back in the day when we were more physical, and now everyone's having a go at Gabriel. That's exactly my point. I mean, back in the day, he wouldn't have got a red card, would he? He would have been all right. You know? Back in the day, though, Costa would still have got a red card. He's overstepped, unless Mike Dean was refereeing back in the day. Zach Bettman said Cazorla should not have been the captain, deserved his red, didn't show no leadership. Czech should have been given the armband. Listen, Cazorla's red card, listen, the guy's knackered, he's running around, it's a late tackle, it's 2 yellows. He deserved to go, but it's just a tired tackle at the end of near the end of a game. You know, we do lack leaders in that team. It looks like Gabriel, if he can get his head right, can be a leader. And you know what? Nobody's really mentioned this, right? You've got to say big respect to Koscielny. He didn't react. We say the manager needs to get on top of the team with discipline, and I'm sure he would have spoken to the team about discipline. And I think you can see that in Koscielny is a guy that sometimes that, you know, he doesn't mess about. And he didn't react to all the 3 things that Costa did. This is what infuriates me even more. He didn't react to it. He could actually have picked up the red card, but he didn't react. Gabriel was stupid and reacted, but Koscielny did not react. But the referee offered no protection to the players. Hence, Gabriel reacting and getting sent off. Last one here, Arsenal 1886 says, Arsenal will have the same problems time and time again. Wenger never fully addresses the issues with the team. 2 issues, discipline. Gabriel, keep your head on you. Giroud during the week, keep your head on you. 2 red cards, 2 losses. It's not a coincidence. And the other issue where I've got to take the manager to task now is the transfer window. Why, oh why, didn't he strengthen that team? I'm looking at Arsenal's team at the moment and it looks like a team that needs a little freshening up. Some of our star players from last year, like Alexis and that, listen, it's still early in the season. He hasn't got a goal yet. He's still not looking 100%, maybe slightly jaded from, you know, he had a long, long summer. Why, oh why did Arsene Wenger not freshen up the team? Coquelin got injured in that game. I mean, I heard today that he's going to be all right, but I've been sweating. Because what happens if he's out? Look, during the week when we played Zagreb, you can see that squad should have been freshened up. We should have bought a couple of players. You know, my brother was using an analogy yesterday, which was so true. He said Australia lost, if you follow cricket, he said Australia lost the Ashes in cricket, yeah? Now, my brother said that if Australia, the next time they played England, turned up with exactly the same team, are they going to beat England? They're not, are they? We last year, with that team in the league, we finished 3rd. Yeah? Way off first place, Chelsea, who finished in first place. Way off. Why are we going to finish higher this year with exactly the same team? Why? Arsene Wenger, I mean, you're an intelligent guy. Why didn't you buy an outfield player and freshen up the team? I can't get my head around it. I just can't. And without players like Coquelin, who I thought was outstanding until he came off, I thought was, controlling that midfield. But without him, we're back to square one again. Where we're going to get done on the counter and that by teams because we just ain't got that energy in the middle of the field and protection. Why? I can't. This is one of the most frustrating aftermaths I've ever done. There is, however, one way that we can brighten this week up, and that is by going to Tottenham and getting a victory. And that is not going to be an easy game. They beat Palace yesterday, Tottenham. They beat us last year at their place. They didn't lose to us last year, remember. They actually drew at our place, beat us at their place. They'll be fired up. I don't know what sort of team we're going to put out for that game, but it's a massive opportunity for Arsenal to redeem ourselves and to get ourselves, you know, back in that winning mode ahead of that hard game away to Leicester. So that is a massive game. It's going to be really interesting to see what sort of team Arsene Wenger picks. But if I was him, I'd go with a fairly strong team because we can't afford to lose that one away to Spurs. That would be just completely demoralising. So if we can win that game, we can really get back on track. Let's hope that the right decisions are made in the team selection for that team. We go fairly strong and we go there and put in a good performance and get our season back on track. It's not terminal at the moment. We've been very lucky. Manchester City lost, so we're only 5 points behind City. You know, a couple of wins and we'll be back in shape. But let's get ourselves back in gear. Let's get ourselves flowing. And hopefully we can still be in it till January. Try and freshen it up a bit and then push on from there. But at the moment, something's missing that we have to address really, really quickly. Thanks for watching the Aftermath today. Sorry for the rant. I thought I'd be a bit more calmer, but I'm not. It's still winding me up, this whole Costa thing. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you thought of the weekend's game. Also, let me know what you think is going to happen at Spurs. What sort of team do you think we're going to select? Leave it in the comments below. Don't forget you can check out our shop. T-shirts like this brand new honorary one available in the shop. And don't forget to subscribe here to Arsenal Fan TV, the #1 football fan channel on YouTube. Trust me, you know that. Subscribe right here.
What on earth's the FA Cup, really?
Come on, when you was back in the day, that would have been a massive for you.
No, that was then, but this is now. Okay, we got 2 of them. Enough all right already. I want that League Cup. How about you?